Which cryptos should you look to invest in? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. This video is not meant to give you guys specific picks, but I get this question a lot, and I want to tell you guys what I look for before I add cryptos to my portfolio. And if you're a new investor, it's going to help you out a lot. Or if you're an experienced investor and looking to consolidate, this will also help you. Common question, and I want to give you guys my honest opinion as to how to evaluate your portfolio, how to find hidden gems, how to when to cut your losses, when to DCA further. And so the first thing I want to tell you guys is there's more than one way to skin a cat. You got to assess your risk tolerance first, because if you're a risk averse investor and you don't want to have any exposure to rug pulls or just losing your money in general, even though Bitcoin and Ethereum still carry some risk, they are the safer bets, in my opinion. They have the most institutional adoption, the best track record, and the largest market cap. So the volatility is minimized. But if you already know you want to be an altcoin-based investor, you're wondering, how can you find some altcoins, how to mitigate your risk, and also increase your exposure to make some good gains. That's what I want to talk about. So first thing is find out which narrative you want to be a part of. Are you looking for layer one ecosystems? Are you looking for hot trends like the AI, blockchain gaming, metaverse? Are you looking for upcoming projects that just got launched less than a year ago? Are you looking for older crypto that have a proven track record that could be rebounded to a high extent? So you got to ask yourself all these questions, right? So as for my interest, coming from a stocks background, I like investing into companies that have a proven track record, have usually been through a bull cycle, and have a growing ecosystem, partnerships. I like finding companies like that are undervalued, and I buy low and sell high. But I know some people like finding new projects that just got launched, and they're what's called catalyst-based investors. They're looking for the ones that get listed on big exchanges like Binance or Coinbase, and they have that effect where they usually moon and then get sold because they get exposed to new investors who want to jump in. So it depends what kind of investor you want to be. Are you looking for utility projects that have a track record, that you can see their ecosystem, you can see their growth, you can see what they've been doing over the last 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and you look to establish your entry that way? Or you're looking for newer companies that maybe don't have a well-known team yet, but they're smaller in market cap, they're not yet listed on big centralized exchanges, and you want to maybe get in, as an early investor, become a potential whale and ride the wave up before the newer money comes in and inflates it. Nothing wrong with that. As long as you're finding an undervalued hidden gem, you're going to make money in this space. So there's really no right or wrong way to invest when it comes to that perspective. Now you got to do the research and see, okay, if you're going to invest into an older company, how were they last bull cycle? What have they been doing since then? What is the team saying? Are they coming out with more products? What's their main pitch? Are they trying to be different? What's their competition level like? Are they going to outcompete certain bigger projects? Are they going to get destroyed? You got to ask yourself these questions when you're evaluating older projects. And then the newer projects, right? What makes them different? Are they just a newer shiny object that's going to get overshadowed by these already established larger companies? And if not, what makes them different? What's their team like? If they don't have a background or track record, do they at least have experience? For example, let's just say you have a new blockchain game in crypto, right? What's the company team's resume? Do they have experience with PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo? These are things you want to look for. If you just see a new company get launched and there's anonymous founders, probably going to be a rug pull. You got to be very careful. So, you can find a combination of both. Personally, I have a majority of older cryptos, but I also do have newer cryptos too. Caspa is a newer crypto that I'm holding in my portfolio. Just got launched less than a year ago. So they don't have a track record when it comes to a bull cycle, a previous bull cycle, but its fundamentals and team and tech was what drew me to invest into it. So I do have a combination of both. But then I have companies like Hedera HBAR, which I love their team, the growth in their ecosystem, their tech, which had a bull cycle and is, in my opinion, way overvalued right now, which is why I'm continuously investing into that. And then I have companies that maybe just came into trend. I'm looking at, I'm still looking at the AI narrative, but I'm not too sold on that. Personally, I'm not a big fan of AI, but I am looking at blockchain gaming. It's also a trend that's been around last bull cycle, but really hasn't caught steam yet. So I try to find a combination of older crypto plus newer crypto, and then I ride the wave that way. So I'm not primarily a catalyst-based investor. I know other people and YouTubers that are more catalyst-based. They look for the big exchange listings, which definitely does work. I'm more of a buying a suppressed company that had a bear cycle, went down like a 10x from previous all-time high, is still growing, is still making good partnerships, and still has a lot of room for growth. I try to find the bottoms here and ride them to either a new all-time high or just more bullish price action. So that's where I sort of look as a utility-based investor. It's very hard to be a utility-based investor when it comes to newer crypto because they don't have that experience yet. They don't have that track record. You don't know much about the team yet. There's a lot of things that you take in consideration when you invest into anything. Like, for example, I was in stocks before crypto, right? And for stocks, you never invest into companies that don't have a track record because you want to evaluate their revenue. How was their Q4 earnings, their Q3? Are they growing year to year? What is the team doing? Are they coming out with, like, for example, Tesla? Are they coming out with new cars? Are they nice? Are they selling? You can't evaluate the success of Tesla, for example, if it just got launched because you don't know what's going to happen. So I don't apply the same mindset to crypto, but in terms of the principles of companies, because crypto, especially proof of stake, is companies, I look for similar reasons to want to invest. What have they been doing? What's their marketing approach? What's their drive? What makes them different? What's their competition? What's the narrative? Is it a trendy narrative? Is it a hot narrative? And so these are all things you want to look for, which is why, out of these thousands of cryptos that exist, there's probably going to be a ton that reach great gains this bull cycle. Not everyone's going to go to the moon like you see on YouTube or Google, but a majority of them will do pretty well, especially if you find them before the masses do. So it really comes down to what you want to do. Someone asked me what's the big focus for my investments. I look for vast and big ecosystems, which is why I'm naturally drawn to layer ones. Layer ones make up about half of my portfolio or more. Like, I love layer ones because there's so many products in their ecosystem, tokens. You got developers trying to build it, grow it. You got potential institutional adoption, retail adoption. I love blockchains. And so I love layer ones like Caspa. I like HBAR. I love Ethereum. I like Algorand, Cardano. And then I also like scaling solutions, stuff that can get us towards mass adoption. Polygon, which is the best layer 2 first mover advantage for Ethereum. Quant, an interoperable crypto to merge blockchains and DLTs. I look for future trends, Web 3.0. I look for hot trends like blockchain gaming. So there's a lot of different things I look for. I just try to find good cryptos that have good tokenomics, relatively low inflation. And if they don't have those things, I look for early base investments. Cryptos that have very few holders or very few YouTubers, big YouTubers talking about them. And then I look to establish a position in those, or I look to research further. I also look to diversify across many sectors. This brings a lot more stability and security to my portfolio. I have layer ones, I have ISO coins, I have layer twos, many different cryptos from different asset classes. And this is just what works for me and what I'm bullish on. But this all comes down to you, your risk tolerance, how much income you're making, and your personal assessment for what you deem is a good investment. Whether it's a newer crypto that just got launched and you want to get in before it gets on a big exchange, or it's an older crypto that has utility that maybe has not yet become mainstream yet, or maybe has a track record and is actively growing and you want to buy it while it's cheap before it moons again. All comes down to you. If you want to see what crypto I'm buying, selling, trading, you want to just reach out to me, talk to me, be part of a community, feel free to join my Patreon and Discord. The link to that will be in the description. I would love to see you there. So anyways, I really hope this video helped you. If it did anyway, please leave a like. It really helps so much. That being said, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.